How to build habits that actually last. I want to show you something that took me a long time to understand. Almost everything good in my life, the things I've built, the shape I'm in, the skills I've picked up, none of it came from one big moment. There was never a single day where I decided everything and it all changed. It came from the small things, boring things, done over and over on the days I felt like doing them and also on the days I didn't feel like doing them. And here's what I've realized. The difference between the people who get what they want and the people who don't, it's almost never talent. It's almost never motivation. It's their habits, their systems, the quiet things running in the background while everyone else is waiting to be inspired. But there's something strange about habits, and it bothered me for a long time. The good ones, running, eating well, reading, take consistent effort to hold onto. You have to fight for them. And the bad ones, scrolling for hours, eating junk food, staying up late, those build themselves. You never decide to have them. They just grow quietly while you're not looking. So why is good so hard and bad so easy? That one question is the whole reason for this video. Because once you understood why it happens, you can flip it. Build the good habits on purpose and tear down the bad ones that build themselves. Most of this comes from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. That book what I have right here. But I'm not gonna give you a book summary today. I'm giving you the actual mechanics in two halves. First, how to build good habits that actually stick. Second, how to kill bad habits so they actually die. The second half is the one almost nobody teaches. But first, one foundation, or none of the rest will work. Motivation is a liar. We treat motivation like fuel. Like if we just want the things badly enough, we get them. But motivation is a feeling, and feelings come and go. It's high on Monday and dead by Thursday. When your habits depend on how you feel, then your habits will collapse when you feel bad. So the answer is never be more motivated. The answer is a system. James Clear has a line that reframed this completely for me. Your goals aren't what carry you, your systems are. Everyone has a goal. The goal is the easy part. The person who actually makes it isn't the one who wants it the most. It's the one who builds something that even lasts on days they don't feel like doing it. And this right here is the reason why bad habits are so easy to form and it's so hard to get good ones. It comes down to one thing. A bad habit pays you immediately. The scrolling feels good at the moment you're doing it, and your brain always wants the reward as fast as possible. So bad habits don't need a decision. They install themselves because the payoff is instant. And good habits need good systems because their payoff is late. That's the whole asymmetry. Good is slow, bad is instant. Everything in this video is about beating that. Now, these systems are built out of small things, stupidly small. Getting 1% better each day is almost invisible, but 1% every day for a year is 37 times better. That's the compounding effect. The problem isn't invisible in the long term. In his book, James Clear describes it like heating up a block of ice. All that energy looks wasted, and then at 1 single degree it melts. The breakthrough wasn't the last degree, it was all the invisible work before it. And most people give up at -1 degrees before anything changed. It's the part right before it melts. Now, the most important idea in the whole book. It's not about what you do, it's about who you become. There are 3 layers of change. The outer layer is results. Win the thing, lose the weight, build that project. The middle layer is your process, your routines. But the deepest layer is your identity, what you actually believe of yourself. Most people work from the outside in, but the real question is not what do I want to achieve, it's who do I want to become. Not I want to run a marathon, but I am a runner. Not I want to read more, but I am a reader. Because every single action is a vote. Go for the run and you cast a vote for being a runner. Skip it, then you vote against it. You don't need every vote, just the majority. Your habits are literally what you become, who you want to be. The moment I understood that, training became something I stopped force myself to do. It became proof of who I am. Okay, foundation done. How do I build a good habit that actually survives? Clear says every habit runs on a loop with 4 parts. A cue that triggers it, a carving, that's the wanting, a response, that's the action, and a reward, that's the payoff. To build a good habit, you make all 4 work for you. Law number 1. Make it obvious. Habits are triggered by cues, and the 2 strongest are time and place. So I don't say I'll run more, that dies in a day. I say I run at 7 a.m. and I start at my front door. Be specific. And I stack it onto something I already do without thinking. After I lace up the shoes I left by the door last night, I run. The old habit becomes the trigger for the new one. Then I design the space. Shoes by the door, clothes laid out, route already chosen. I have nothing to willpower at 7 a.m. I have already decided the night before. Law number 2. Make it attractive. We repeat what we look forward to. So I bundle the run with something I enjoy. For example, the one podcast I love listening to I can only hear when I run. Now I'm not dragging myself out because I want my episode, and I surround myself with people who already run. Because we copy the people around us, whether we admit it or not. If the people near you read, train, work, you drift forward. Your environment isn't just your room, it's your people. Law number 3. Make it easy. This is the one that changed everything for me. We don't quit because the habit is hard. We quit because starting is hard. So I shrink it. Clear calls it in the 2 minutes rule. Make the entry version of the habit 2 minutes or even less. Go out for a run becomes put on my shoes and step outside. Sounds too small to matter, but a habit has to exist before it can grow. Most mornings, once my shoes are on, I run anyway. And on the rough mornings, I just do the 2 minutes and then come back. Because I'm not training to run yet. I'm training the identity of someone who shows up to run. Master that and the distance takes care of itself. Law number 4. Make it satisfying. Here's the trap with good habits. The reward comes late. So I give myself one now. I cross a day off my calendar and watch the chain grow. The chain becomes the reward. And then the single most important rule in the book: never miss twice. Missing one day is an accident. Missing 2 in a row is a start of a new habit. The habit of quitting. You're allowed one bad day, but you're not allowed 2. Now, The half nobody teaches properly. Breaking a bad habit. And here's the beautiful part. It's the exact same 4 laws, flipped. Law number 1. Make it invisible. A bad habit can fire without its cue. A few years ago, mine was the phone on the nightstand. It was within reach, so I removed it. The charger now lives across the room. The first night it felt insane, and by the third I barely thought about it because I couldn't see it. It was invisible for me at this moment. You don't fight the carving, you delete the trigger. Law number 2. Make it unattractive. I had to change the story I told myself when I was scrolling. I used to call it relaxing, so I forced myself to see what it actually was, not relaxing. Every night it stole an hour of my sleep, it stole an hour from my morning, which stole my training, which stole the person I was trying to become. So when I told this to myself, it lost its charm. You make a bad habit unattractive by making its real cost impossible to ignore. Law number 3. Make it difficult. Add friction as much as you can. I logged out from every app, so opening one meant typing a password. I buried the apps in a folder that took 3 swipes to open. On the worst weeks, I deleted them entirely and made myself reinstall each time. And 30 seconds to wait was actually already enough to make me think, actually, not today. You don't need superhuman willpower. You just need the bad habit to be slightly more annoying than it's worth. Raise the price, and most of the time you won't pay it. Law number 4. Make it unsatisfying. Bad habits win because the reward is instant. So give the bad ones an immediate cost. And here you can go really far. For example, each time you're opening social media or an app you don't want to open, you have to give, for example, your little brother real money. And this is really gonna hurt you. This is unsatisfying, really unsatisfying. Make the wrong choices cost you something you can feel today, not in 3 months. So that's the whole machine. Build good habits, make them obvious, make them attractive, make them easy, make them satisfying, and break the bad ones. Make them invisible, make them unattractive, make them difficult, make them unsatisfying. 8 levers, and not one of them is try harder. So let me bring this back from where I started. Everything good I've built came from this, not from motivation. Not from one big dramatic decision. From shoes by the door, from the phone across the room, from the 2-minute rule and never missing twice. Small, boring systems running quietly in the background, casting one vote at a time, until one day you look up and you notice you became the person who you wanted to be. You don't need more willpower than anyone else. You don't need some special discipline gene. You make the good things easy and the bad ones hard. And then you show up on the days you feel like it and on the days you don't feel like it. Because you are not what you say you want to be. You are what you do, over and over again. So make it count, 1% at a time.